We're going to begin with the news of that ceasefire. Israel and Hamas agreeing to a ceasefire with no conditions after 11 days of a raging battle that cost hundreds of lives. That ceasefire set to take effect within the hour now. President Biden talking with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu again late today. We knew yesterday President Biden told him in a call that he wanted to see a significant de-escalation in the Israeli operation. Moments ago, President Biden before the cameras saying he supported Israel's right to defend itself, but also saying Israelis and Palestinians equally deserve to live safely and securely. Both sides inflicting damage until the end, an Israeli airstrike on a building in Gaza. The grief for a family at the funeral for an 11-year-old Palestinian girl killed in one of those airstrikes. Hamas claiming this video shows one of its anti-tank missiles striking a military bus. One person was wounded. A Hamas rocket heavily damaging a home in southern Israel. Bomb disposal teams on the scene. Of course, there is some caution tonight about all of this, as there often is, because both Israel and Hamas now saying that this ceasefire is contingent on attacks from both sides stopping and that this remains quiet overnight. So let's get right to ABC's Matt Gutman live in Tel Aviv. And Matt, on the ground, you sense that this could be coming.
There has been a notable de-escalation, David, over the past couple of days. Fewer Israeli airstrikes in Gaza with fewer casualties and fewer rockets landing in Israel. But for the first time in 11 days, right now, there is absolute quiet here, and about 15 million Palestinians and Israelis living in this small patch of land hope that it stays this way and that this tenuous ceasefire holds.
Tonight, after 11 days of bloody conflict, Hamas and Israel agreeing to a ceasefire. Hamas confirming a mutual and simultaneous ceasefire agreement was reached in the Gaza Strip. The Israeli Prime Minister's office releasing a statement heralding Israel's significant achievements in the operation. Both sides say the ceasefire is contingent on quiet overnight. The decision following days of intense international pressure to end the violence, especially from President Biden, who the White House said yesterday told the Prime Minister in their fourth call in a week he expected to see a significant de-escalation that day. And late today, President Biden expressing support.
In my conversation with President Netanyahu, I commended him for the decision to bring the current hostilities to a close within less than 11 days.
At least 260 Palestinians killed in the West Bank and Gaza, over 3,300 wounded. 12 Israelis killed and about 350 wounded. Tonight, over 70,000 Palestinians in Gaza left homeless. And earlier today, Israeli airstrikes shaking Gaza, where they continue to bury their dead. This is the funeral for 11-year-old Dima Asila, her little body carried in on that litter. Her family telling our team in Gaza she was killed in an Israeli airstrike yesterday while getting food from a friend. Her mother, Dunya, kneeling, her eyes darkened by fatigue and grief, with one last look at her beloved daughter. Later, Dunya holding on to what she has left, Dima's few toys, telling us her daughter had been so afraid of the bombings. Meanwhile, Hamas pounding Israel south with rockets. Israeli artillery deployed just off the border.
All right, we got another one.
We were at this artillery battery when the sirens began.
Wow, you can see the Iron Dome right behind us over there. You can see it right there. Those were the rockets that were coming in. Apparently, we just got the all clear.
Sigal Arieli's home in the Israeli city of Ashkelon destroyed, but she and her son survived. She said she's had to run to her bomb shelter over 100 times the past 11 days. But this time was different.
So I was in the shelter, he was in the house.
How long did it take for you to realize that he's okay? And what were you thinking in those moments?
2 seconds.
Okay.
I pushed the door out, I opened. He said, "Mom, I'm fine. Calm down. Take a deep breath."
What's that feeling like?
Wow, he's okay, really. No other words.
Roll.
Seconds later, sirens again.
We're going to go in here with Sigal. Whoa.
Everyone cramming into the darkness.
It's really been something these last 11 days. Let's get right back to Matt. And Matt, you and I have covered these conflicts in the region before. We've also heard both sides caution in the same way before that the whole ceasefire hinges on what they see in the coming hours. Obviously, hope for a quiet night ahead across the region.
David, there is hope, but there are also questions. What are the parameters of this ceasefire, and what is the threshold for it to completely blow up? There are some very tense hours ahead here. David.
All right, Matt Gutman and our team on the ground in Tel Aviv. Matt, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.